Today, my
Except-
last day or last.
Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and welcome to the February 17th meeting of the Post Falls City Council. Clerk, please note that all councilors, with the exception of Mr. Wolf, are present, and Mr. Wolf is excused. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
There are none tonight, sir.
Okay. Any declarations of conflict?
No.
Seeing none, we do have a change in the normal procedure tonight, as we have an executive session that should not take long, but we have to have a telephone conference with an attorney who is down in Boise. And being good stewards of the city's money, we're going to hit him quick and early and get him off the phone. So with that, I will entertain a motion to enter executive session.
How long does he need?
Second? Well,
How long?
How long do you
Doesn't
think?
matter, he said.
10 minutes?
Move to enter into executive session Idaho Code 67-23451F to communicate with legal counsel for the public agency to discuss the legal ramifications of and legal options for pending litigation or controversies not yet being litigated but imminently likely to be litigated. Further, that no action will be taken during the session and that the session will last approximately 10 minutes.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Thorson.
Aye.
Malloy.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hicksong.
Aye.
Wilhelm.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. We'll adjourn into executive session. Meeting back to order. Thank you very much. Let me see. Ceremonies, announcements, appointments, presentations. The first item up is that we have reappointments to both the Planning and Zoning and the Park and Rec Commissions. At this time, I would like council confirmation on the reappointments of Ryan Davis and Lynn Borders to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and James Hale and Howard Gould to the Park and Recreation Commission.
I'd make that motion.
Second.
Motion second, further discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Wilhelm.
Aye.
Hissong.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Malloy.
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. I know Ryan's here. Thank you for the time you spend, Ryan. I think Councilor Wilhelm will agree. I've said for years that P&Z does a lot of the heavy lifting, or most of it, and we appreciate the time and effort that you put forth. We will have one more Park and Recreation Commission replacement, as one of the commissioners opted not to re-up, so we will bring that forward at a future meeting. We have a scout with us, and is it James Munt? James, welcome. Troop 239, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I wish I would have noticed you earlier. I would have had you lead us in the pledge. Announcements. This week, our community mourned the passing of Buck Knives Chairman Chuck Buck and Police Department volunteer Jerry Spring. Buck Knives has been a valued friend and community partner, and Chuck Buck will be missed by the many friends he made in our community. Jerry Spring was a police department volunteer for over 10 years, working with the schools, mentoring students, and at the senior center. Both will be missed, and our condolences go out to their families. The Post Falls Police Department will be hosting another Coffee with a Cop event on February 25th from 9 until 10:30 a.m. at the Post Falls Senior Center. You are invited to join your neighbors and our police officers for coffee and conversation. And I'd also like to read a letter that we received. Dear City of Post Falls Friends of the Post Falls Food Bank, thank you for supporting the mission of the Post Falls Food Bank. We are very grateful to you for your generosity. The numbers of people seeking food assistance in 2014 were similar to what we experienced in 2013. However, most interesting this past year was the many new faces and families seeking assistance for the first time. The reasons people seek assistance remain the same. Limited fixed incomes barely cover the basic needs. Individuals with jobs are the working poor. Medical issues take precedence over food. Food insecurities, not knowing where your next meal or food for a meal might come from, are being eliminated for those we serve because of you. Your support allows us to provide quality, nutritious food to the families from all walks of life. I am personally very thankful to you. During 2014, you helped us once again feed over 53,000 people, duplicated headcount, assisting 2,106 unique households represented by 5,390 individuals. Thank you. Warmest regards, Sherry Wallace, Executive Director. So, Sherry, we appreciate the work that you folks do. That's a very, very critical part of our community, and as I've asked before, I would ask again, please keep the food bank in mind. With your generosity, help us to support them as they help others who are in need. Consent calendar. So would like to present that, please.
Yes, item A is minutes from the February 3rd, 2015 meeting. Item B is payables January 27th through February 9th, 2015. Item C is Spokane River Stewardship Partners Memorandum of Agreement Amendment. Item D is the Jasmine Addition Subdivision Master Development Agreement Extension. Item E is the Idaho Community Development Block Grant for the Senior Center. And I think we have a few members from the Senior Center here tonight. Professional Services Agreement with Abbotswood Design Group for the Evergreen Cemetery Water Feature.
Any questions of Shelley? That'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
Motion second, further discussion? Shannon, please take the roll.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hissong.
Aye.
Wilhelm.
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Malloy.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Next item is public hearings, and tonight we have none, followed by unfinished business, which we have none. Next item is citizens' issues. This section of the agenda is reserved for citizens wishing to address the council regarding a city-related issue that is not on the agenda. If you'd like to speak, come forward, please. Give your name, and we'll allow you up to 5 minutes. Seeing none. New business. First item is Tullamore pre-PUD amendment, street lighting. Mr. Manley.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. John Manley, Associate Planner, introducing the Tullamore Preliminary PUD Amendment, Street Lighting File Number PA-14-03. The applicant is Copper Basin Construction, and they're requesting an approval to modify the original PUD to install all future streetlights per the City of Post Falls and Kootenai Electric standards and the requirements for these lights to be owned and maintained by Kootenai Electric. The general location is south of Prairie Avenue, west of Highway 41, and north of Pole Line, and would be east of Cecil Road. The PUD is approximately 232 acres, and it's a mix of residential and commercial. The existing conditions are that the street lightings on both the public and private roads are to be owned and maintained by the Tullamore Homeowners Association. The reason why this was considered a major amendment is there is a thematic change from an acorn-style lighting to a town and country and Cobra Head-style lighting. The acorn-style lighting had been installed in prior phases. And the availability of these lights is kind of what culminated the request. Is the applicant found it tough to find any more acorn-style lights, and because of that decided to apply to go to a standard light provided and maintained by Kootenai Electric, as stated in the following section. Also, with the street lights, these rates are paid. The rates paid by citizens go into the maintenance and operation for the lights. It's no different than any other subdivision in Post Falls. When the Planning Division looked at the request, we compared it to the requirements as part of a PUD. More or less, this isn't really a land use request, and it was found consistent with this section of the Post Falls Code, Title 18.20.080, and it really is more of a policy decision in dealing with long-term maintenance of the right-of-ways within the City of Post Falls. So where would this be affected for this property? And looking at this map, if you see down here, the north arrow is actually pointed to the left. The red line there denotes more or less where the pre-existing lights or the existing acorn lights are. There on the south side. And on the north side would be the lights getting either the Town and Country or the Cobra Head. More detailed, I kind of zoomed into the legend because you can't see very clearly on this map here where those are, but there are on the south of Hope Avenue where you see orange, green, and blue lights. So the future phases, if you see on Hope Avenue here, those would get to Cobra Heads, as well as Charville Road would get Cobra Heads, with the Killdeer Lane and Market Street getting Town and Country as proposed. What are Town and Country? This is what the Town and Country style is compared to, I don't know if you've been out there, the acorn style, but the acorn style light. Engineering reviewed this request and found that the appropriate levels of roadway illumination has a significant impact on roadway safety for vehicles and pedestrians. They acknowledge that there is an aesthetic difference, but the reliability for repair, maintenance, and operation of the lights is probably better served with Kootenai Electric rather than the Homeowners Association. In regards to sanitary sewer and water service, it's not applicable. Police department commented and they had no issues with the project. And at this time, I'd stand for any questions other than why there's a snow background and there's no snow out. But
Yeah, well, there is no.
Any questions of John?
So the existing acorn lights, would those also be reverted to Kootenai Electric for maintenance, or would those remain within the homeowner association to maintain?
well, I'm glad you asked that. As part of the public hearing with the Planning and Zoning Commission, the pre-existing acorn style lights will be owned and maintained by the homeowners association, as they've already claimed ownership of those areas and maintenance.
And my assumption here could be wrong, but it sounds to me at first blush that basically what this is doing is it's taking maintenance costs of streetlights out of the homeowners association and putting it on everybody who's with Kootenai Electric. Is that true?
Well, it's going from, more or less, yes, that's a correct answer. Yeah, from the homeowners association, you'd be carrying that cost. But as engineering stated, there's that reliability and predictability of the maintenance that you get, just like with any other subdivision by doing that.
Yeah, I agree. The maintenance is probably going to be better done by Kootenai Electric is in the business of doing it. I think the amount of money involved is probably pretty minimum. Do you have any idea of what the additional maintenance cost, what the maintenance cost is that's being pushed onto the other Kootenai Electric?
I never saw any long-term maintenance cost numbers on the cost to the city.
Yeah, and no comment is appropriate because I'm putting you on the spot, but in your general experience, for a development of roughly that size, do you know what the maintenance cost maybe per light or something like that? If you don't have that number, that's fine too.
Off the top of my head, I don't have that light. I don't know.
I think they're about $9.75 per light is what the cost is per month for Kootenai Electric, unless they've gone up in the last couple of years.
But proportionally, though, as far as the residential units and density for a subdivision, it'll have the same impact on rates as any other subdivision. So more or less, it's a one-to-one as we've been doing business.
Right. Yeah, personally, I'm speaking only for myself, I think it's of benefit to those citizens living there because the maintenance will be better. It seems like another example of where something is started with intended to be private coverage of costs and then is later pushed onto the public at large, and I find that generally irritating. But
Yeah, I think there's things that can be learned even on some of these from a staff level. I mean, just because originally it was set up that way, hindsight, maybe it would have been better to set that up from the onset as being all done by Kootenai Electric.
And that's fair enough.
Ben? Yep. Skip?
Shelley, what is each homeowner charged per month for street lighting?
$275, I believe. $275 is the current rate that goes to the homeowner.
I'm sorry, what was it?
$2.75.
And I would like to add, too, that staff is working with Kootenai Electric to come up with potentially more design options. So that way, a subdivision that wants to come in with the more unique artistic style can do that, and then they could be supplied. And then you have that reliability and predictability to go along with the aesthetic amenity.
Right.
Need a motion? I would
Yes.
assume.
I'd move to approve the Tullamore pre-PUD amendment dealing with street lighting.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Malloy. Thorson.
Aye.
Wilhelm.
Aye.
Hissong.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you, John. Next item is the approval of stipulation of dismissal regarding dissolved oxygen total maximum daily load lawsuit against the Environmental Protection Agency.
I'd move to approve the stipulation of dismissal regarding dissolved oxygen total maximum daily load lawsuit against the Environmental Protection Agency.
Second.
Motion second. I'd make a comment. That was our executive session, and we talked with our attorney regarding that, and listened to our legal advice on whether or not it made sense to keep the lawsuit moving forward. And at this point, we're in a position that it did not make sense, and so that's why the motion's coming forward. So I hope I didn't violate any executive session.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Good
because
to keep the public abreast of what you were doing. And
So it would have been most likely good money after money already spent. So further discussion or comments? We have motion second. Please take the roll.
Wilhelm.
Aye.
Hissong.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Malloy.
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Next item is the ordinances and resolution dealing with sole source purchase for police department phone system integration.
I'd move to approve the resolution sole source purchase for police department phone system integration.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion? Please take the roll.
Thorson.
Aye.
Malloy.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Hissong.
Aye.
Wilhelm.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Do we have any administrative or staff reports?
We have none tonight, sir.
I've got a couple comments, and just so you know, we're going to have we'll finish our meeting here in a minute, and then we're going to have our Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year, practice her speech as she gets to go to Boise, so we'll do that in a minute. But we'll end the actual meeting first. And I may ask Josh if you can, is it agreeable to keep filming so she can watch it later? Thank you, so you can watch yourself on TV when you get home. Also, mayor's announcement, mayor's comment, Post Falls Police Department encourages citizens to utilize the department's parking lot for meetings with someone they don't know, especially when there's an exchange of goods advertised online. Being in the vicinity of law enforcement will often deter criminal activity. The police department is also a good place to make child custody exchanges. In addition, Post Falls Police is equipped with a 24-hour safe room located just inside the front lobby. Anyone fearing their imminent safety, such as being followed or chased, can enter the safe room, close the automatic locking doors, and pick up the phone that directly connects to our 911 dispatch center. Post Falls Police provides the only safe room in our area. Chief, once again, thank you for what you and your staff do. And then I'd also like to thank staff. I had the opportunity to speak with Mayor Widmeyer from Coeur d'Alene and Mayor McIntyre from Hayden at the Caldwell Banker Commercial Real Estate Forum last Thursday. And anytime you put together information and you want it illustrated, if I illustrated it, it was going to be awful. Kit and Josh, thank you very much. In our Planning and Building Department, Harmony and Justin helped out, provided information, and I'm sure there's somebody I'm missing, but it's very easy to get up and feel confident in what you're going to be showing when you have people like that preparing the information. So thank you very much. You really make my job easy. Council comments? Go.
Just for those that are still here from the workshop we had before this, I'd like to apologize. My math was off when I said it was $100 per man, woman, and child. It was $10. I've been up since 2:30 dealing with a broken furnace, 2:30 this morning, and my decimal placement was wrong. So I still want to echo my sentiments. A great job. Thank you guys for taking those improvements and really paring down everything that you could pare down. And the point remains the same, but sorry for the math error there. That was my bad.
You were only off by a zero. So, any other comments? Well, with that, I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn, but ask, 3 minutes is what this young lady is going to talk to us, so please feel free to stick around.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. And now it is my pleasure